Liberia and the world life.
Hello, Gilly, Nontopa. My name is Perfina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world life.
Hello, Gilly, Nontopa. My name is Perfina Korishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news.
Pleasant good morning and welcome to Focal Online TV. Wherever you are watching us from, welcome to the daily edition of Night of Print Media. Here with your presenter, Greg. This morning I'm here alone with my co-presenter. His name is
K. Lyndon Toba.
Kelly Nantova is my co-presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, and we are here to inform you about the happenings within our country, Liberia, as it relates to all of the top stories in our country. So this morning we have the review of newspapers here. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper. We have the Hot Pepper newspaper. We have the New Dawn newspaper, and lastly, we have the details of the newspaper. So moving onward, we have our international news. But before then, let me first inform you that today is Thursday. Today is Thursday, September 28th. And this happens to be a day where you have to push yourself in order to view result at the end of the week. So do not be deterred because I've been trying hard to get this and I can't get this. So today is Thursday. I'm just gonna let you no. Motivate yourself, regain your strength, and achieve what you have to achieve so that when the week comes to an end, you will be able to see all of your work done. So this morning we will look at our headlines. So I'll begin from the New Dawn newspaper and the Data Zephyr newspaper. The first headline under the Data Zephyr newspaper reads, Chief Justice Yul warns judges against meddling with politics. Chief Justice Yul warned judges against meddling with politics. The next headline reads under the Data Zephyr newspaper, U.S. visa ban for those undermining democracy. U.S. visa ban for those undermining democracy. And then we move quickly to the New Dawn newspaper. We have Taylor on drugs in Liberia. VP Taylor on drugs influence in Liberia. And then our last headline under the New Dawn newspaper, we are get low-fi commitment. Low-fi commitment. So this is how we move quickly to the with the headline from the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Hot Pepper newspaper.
All right, thank you, Griffin and Stipa. It's such a pleasure to be here after a day. So the headlines from the Front Page Africa newspaper: Salala Rubber Corporation's woes deepen. Parents company blacklisted for Liberia for land grab in Liberia. Salala Rubber Corporation woes deepen. Parents company blacklisted for land grab in Liberia. We move over to another headlines quickly. Like Supreme Court to hear arguments all election related cases today. Supreme Court to hear arguments all election related cases today. Quickly run over to the Hot Pepper newspaper. Government empower rural women farmers 27 SME. That is the only story we have to the from Hot Pepper newspaper. And it's back to you, Grafina, for the continuations.
So, folks, these are our stories under the different sources of newspaper. That is Daily Observer newspaper, Front Page Africa newspaper, New Dawn newspaper, and lastly, the Hot Pepper newspaper. So with all of these stories, headline being read out to you, we encourage you to get yourself a newspaper and be informed of all of the happenings within our country, Liberia, especially as it relates to our upcoming election. This morning, you will not have the international news because we have some things we're going to be talking about right after this news reading. So it's important that you get glued to Focal Online TV. You can share our live stream, follow us, and every morning we'll bring you all of these information relating to our country, Liberia. Let's take a short break, folks. The minute we get back, I'll fill you in on the news in details, beginning from the Daily Observer newspaper. Thanks for watching, and I'll be right back shortly.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Grafina Nkorishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within the Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like with no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on the show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream because
the ladies of Inside the Print Media, wherever you are watching this room, if you are watching us from the diaspora, pleasant evening. Good evening, good afternoon to you. If you are watching from our mother's land, Liberia, a pleasant good morning to you. And we wish you all the best as the week years to an end. So we begin our news reading from the Zebra newspaper. The first headline, Chief Justice Yo warns judges against meddling in politics. The news details. Chief Justice Nana Yo has sternly warned judges across the country to abstain from political activities or risks violating the judicial canon. The Chief Justice's reminder comes as the dignity of judicial role in upholding the rule of law and preserving democracy has become paramount, especially with the presidential and legislative elections just a few days away. Addressing the culprits on electoral integrity, your made it clear that the judiciary's primary duty is to uphold the law and deliver from any political influence or agenda. Judicial canon says that while a judge is entitled to present his personal view of political questions, and while not required to surrender his right or opinion as a citizen, it is inevitable that suspicion of being wrapped by political bias will attach to a judge who becomes an active member of a political party and a promoter of its interests against another, especially those of our judges of the highest court who, by constitutional command, are empowered to review your said. Your made the call during the opening of the three-day high-level national conference on electoral integrity held in the Twitter of the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex. The conference, which began on Tuesday, September 26, is being conducted by the Peace Building Office Liberia and will end today, September 28. She said the Supreme Court and all subordinate courts, which are part of the judicial branch of government, are appointed since judges are strictly prohibited from engaging in any political activities. Speaking of political strongholds, Madam York noted that the Supreme Court has opined that the concept of a candidate claiming stronghold over a particular election, geographical, local, finds no factual or legal basis in judicial proceeding as it is completely doubtful, uncertain, and speculative in that only the electorate via their valid cast can determine whether or not a candidate is widely influential within a particular locale. So we move over to another headline under the Daily Observer newspaper. U.S. visa ban for those undermining democracy. The news in details. Ahead of the October 10 presidential and legislative elections, the government of the United States has threatened to impose visa restrictions on officials and other Nigerians who are involved in or are responsible for acts that undermine the democratic process in Liberia. In a release issued late Wednesday evening, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced the new visa restriction policy under Section 212A3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act of those undermining democracy in Liberia. The policy, which takes effect in advance of the upcoming election, will affect officials of the government and others who are or will be involved in the manipulation and breaking of the electoral process, as well as those involved in alleged acts of intimidating voters, election observers, and civil society activities. With this being said, we now turn over to Kelina Sukwa, who will fill us in on the news reading from Front Page Africa newspaper.
Thank you, Burkina C5, for such a beautiful piece this morning. Front page Africa newspaper. Salah Revolution was deepened. Parents who blacklisted or land grab in Nigeria. Local communities near Salah Rubber corporations in Magui County simulate a case of land grab and gross human rights violations brought against them by the IRA as its company group then black Switzerland populations Bolloré Group was in France manages a portfolio of shareholders of over 16.1 billion euros at December 31st, 2022. It owns shareholdings in the communications sector through Vendi as well as Universal Music Group and Scoffin Group, which manages the CRS Liberia's second largest rubber plantation. CRS has cultivated an area of over 4 hectares amid credible and consistent claims of sexual harassment, land grabs, unfair recruitment practices, forceful evictions of villagers and intimidations, arrests and illegal detentions of local community members and human rights campaigners. The Swiss Association for Responsible Investment, Switzerland's largest public pension fund, has placed Bolloré on its blacklist. Thanks to Bread for All, a Swiss-based development organization, and its Liberian counterpart, Green Advocates International, and the Alliance for Rural Democracy for persistently representing the legal interests of the poor communities affected by multi-billion-dollar fraud. The Association for Responsible Investment, the blacklist, mostly includes Indians and Chinese companies that engage in arms trafficking or are suspected of being involved in illegal nuclear weapon programs. Now, for the first time, a large French company is being targeted by the association, which includes many large Swiss pension funds. The SVVK has asked its members to no longer invest in the shares of Bolloré conglomerate listed for the Paris Stock Exchange and to sell existing investment. The SVVK says the sustainable investment guidelines for Switzerland's largest pension fund. Its members include the pension fund of federal civil servants, 39 billion under the management, employees of the Canton Zurich, 36 billion, and the compulsory Swiss retirement fund, which is at 37 billion. SVK says the sustainable investment guideline for Switzerland's largest pension scheme. With this being said, we move over to another headline on the Front Page Africa newspaper. ECOWAS Commission facilitates security, free trade, free movement in the Manu-Rebel Union. The ECOWAS authorities of head of states and government through a supplementary act approved the establishment of a joint border post JBP in members countries including one Liberia, Sierra Leone, waterside in Jadinikma in 2013. Accordingly, as a request of ECOWAS Commission, the ECOWAS Bilateral Joint Border Post Technical Committee was established in 2019, comprising Ministry of West, Liberia Land Authority, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Development, and the ECOWAS Special Representative Office, the Central Bank of Liberia, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Justice, Liberia Revenue Authority is chaired by ECOWAS National Office. The committee was charged primarily with the responsibilities of overseeing the constructions of project beginning with the fee visitations and consultations with major stakeholders, coordinating the selections, donations of construction sites for the payment and practices that affected residents and communities, citizens, confirming the effective whom and duly paid soliciting uncontested commitment for residents, relocations, or receipt of their settlements, payments, and soliciting due commitment and support from the government of Liberia. Through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, the present findings of these key stakeholders, responsibilities of the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, and in charge of ECOWAS affairs for approvals and appropriate action, facilitating member states Liberia effort to ensure availability of the necessary site or acres of land development for the joint border locals providing site plans or 17.5 hectares of land to Liberia's commission. With this being said, we were zeroed on the front page Africa newspaper. Back to you, Grafina, for the continuations of news.
Thanks to you, Lyndon. So just to notify our viewers watching, we have Matthew Cohen. Following from Grassfield Community, we have Joshua Dula. Thanks a lot. I do follow you for Sunny City in my county. We appreciate you for following us here. Thanks for joining us. We try to come up with something for all of our viewers who are committed to our platform. And please, we encourage you to share this platform because you might benefit from it a whole lot as it relates to information relating to our country, Liberia. So we will resume with our news reading from the New Town newspaper. The first headline reads, VP Taylor on drugs influx in Liberia. Vice President Joel Howard Taylor on drugs influx in Liberia. Liberia Vice President Joel Howard Taylor says President George Weah and the ruling coalition for democratic change can't be blamed for the unprecedented importation of dangerous drugs in the country. Phoebe Taylor argues that the Weah administration met influx of drugs when he entered the Liberian presidency, so he should not be blamed for the current drugs prevalence. During our youth days, before entering politics, the influx of drugs was going on prior to the Civil War, she notes. The vice president made a defense in Gunter, Limba County, over the weekend while attending a fundraising rally organized by Limba Progressive Women. Ms. Taylor said that was the first one of kind for rural women to raise money to support the campaign of removing CDC for the re-election of President Weah. Liberian rural women in the county, they are productive and as such they should not be overlooked, she added. She described the women as nation builders because of their initiative and donated 1.5 million Liberian dollars to the rally. Vice President Taylor urged Liberians and Liberians generally not to shift blame on the current administration but on the past government. She said the CDC-led government has been combating drugs importation evidence by President Biya signing into law the amendment drug law that makes trafficking of narcotics capital offense. According to her, if the government were directly involved in smuggling, the president would have intervened to put a stop to it immediately. For her part, the president of the Neighbor County Progressive Women, Madam Noon Tapia Tepa, thanked Vice President Taylor for encouraging women of Liberia to consider themselves as nation builders and people who aim for the best to happen in their respectful communities. She disclosed that rural women in Limba, including her organization, had targeted to raise 2.8 billion Liberian dollars to empower the CDC campaign team in its work. So we close down now on the first news reading on the New Town newspaper, and we now move over to the second headline. We are get local commitment. President, we are get LOFA commitment. Mr. Weah and his ruling CDC, Coalition for Democratic Change, have been in the county pleading with potential voters to support their re-election bid. During President Weah's campaign tour in Salaye, Zozo, Vonjama, Bolahun, Mazabolan, and Foya districts, the Electoral Committee promised massive support for the ruling party victory in October polls. In previous presidential elections, Mr. Weah received no support from Lofa compared to his main rival, Ambassador Barker, who hails from the county. In 2011, Mr. Weah's Congress for Democratic Change obtained just 13.9% of the vote count, while Ambassador Barker's Unity Party (UP) obtained 71%. In the 2017 election, Mr. Weah and his Coalition for Democratic Change also obtained 15.80%, and Barker UP obtained 84.20% of the votes in Lofa. But President Weah has pleaded with the voters to back him this year election for more development. Various speakers in separate town hall meetings in various districts assured Mr. Weah of a massive victory on 10 October. First-time voters remain traditional chiefs and others across the county assured maximum support for the incumbent. For his part, CDC Lofa County senatorial candidate Moses Colley has expressed confidence that Lofians will change their narratives in this year's elections. He believes that Mr. Weah will get massive support. Speaking in Bonchaman City, Lofa County Superintendent William Tamba Kamba said the people of Lofa have seen the magnificent work that President Weah has done over the years, and they will not let him down this time. Also speaking, Montserrado County Representative Thomas Fala, also a son of Lofa County, said Lofians will vote for President Weah. According to the people of Foya and Lofa County now understand and have seen President Weah's genuine commitment and good plans for the development of the country. This is how we close down on our news segment as it relates to the Newtown newspaper. It's been turned over to you, Lyndon Topa, who will conclude on the Hot Pepper newspaper top stories.
All right, thank you very much, because we are rest of the time we will only read just few sentences from the Hot Pepper newspaper, zeros on the Hot Pepper newspaper. Hot Pepper newspaper, government repels World Women Finals 27 SME. The disbursement of a check in the tone of 3 million Liberian dollars to each of the 27 SME is in fulfillment of President George Manvia's pledge to provide empowerment opportunities for rural Liberian women as a means of sustaining their livelihood. Speaking during the ceremony, the beneficiaries of the empowerment assistance thanked President George Manvia for keeping his promise to empower rural Liberian women. They assured the Liberian leader of using the amount to receive for the improvement of their businesses for the sustenance of their families. The jubilant owners of the 27 Liberian-owned SME whose faces kept beaming with pride said they could show that the relations of President George Weah for always identifying with them. Speaking during the program, the superintendent of Habel Market, Elson Kaswai, LMA superintendent of Magidi County, Elizabeth Olu, also joined the recipients to commend President Weah for the gesture. The two Liberian marketing associations officials also reiterated their determination to push the message and need for President Weah's relations, considering the tireless efforts to live off to the rural women improved and true empowerment program. For his part, Grand Bassa County Superintendent Eddie Williams described President Weah as a man who is noted for keeping his promises to his people. William, however, acknowledged the recipients to ensure that the assistance given then is properly utilized for their own benefit and also serve as encouragement for additional opportunity. With this being said, this is how we will close off finally from the Hot Pepper newspaper Back to you, Griffin, for the continuations of news.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We have closed down on our local news for today. We don't have international news to bring because of time. So we will just discuss and we will inform the public that on Saturday, September 30th, we have the viral campaigns will be going on here in our district. District number 13, you have the campaign of Edward Papi Flomo. He will be carrying on his campaign as a representative candidate. Am I right, Kelly?
Yeah, but why? Well, one of the things that for me, it is very unusual to be able to find that all candidates had their political generation across the country, and you didn't announce it as opposed to what you are doing now.
We are just informing.
So it's not that you are favoring anyone or you.
So please, I don't want to be mixed up and I don't want to be caught up in such politics, but we have to inform the public because partly there might be some disruption as it relates to traffic and other things. So just to keep them informed is on Saturday. And we encourage you to please prioritize the message of peace as you go along to chant your slogans or to sing your political songs. Please do not forget that Liberia is what we have and Liberia is what we got. So in order to protect the peace we have within our country, Liberia, we must do away with the acts of violence. Violence is not only about slapping. Violence is not only about slapping. They have a lot of violence. They have emotional violence. They have a lot more. So let's prioritize the message of peace and hope to see the turn up again because our election in Liberia is based on turnout from the different campaigns and hopefully
crowd
politics and hopefully we have Cummings, Alexander Cummings, who will be launching again his campaign on October 1st. Kelly, don't talk about.
Yeah, but thank you is so important. Even though I tried to push you under the bus, but you were very brilliant to have escaped from that kind of push. But again, it's something that we need to caution people to always be peaceful, that we have always said on this platform. Cummings is having his rally. That is the official campaign closure for the 1st of October, and that particular celebration will be held this coming Sunday. Am I right?
Yes.
We are also hearing that citizens on that same day they are planning another program which is called the Thank You Rally. So is there a way that the joint security of Liberia can be able to work tirelessly to ensure that we do not have a more chaotic situations, because this is totally unfair. Cummings has gone to the National Elections Commission and he presented his timetable, say XYZ, this is the day I will be coming out. And the National Elections Commission in return communicated to the collaborating political party and said the initial day you provided is the day all parties have chosen. So Cummings, being a man of peace, went into his house internally and came up with another day, which is this coming Sunday. So it would be totally unjust for citizens to say they are coming outside for to have a thank you rally on the birthday of their leader. So if at all that such a situations can happen, but I think the police should be very vigilant in terms of safeguarding any form of chaotic situation. That's my major advocacy.
In terms of security, the police officers have to be on their guard. But the thing is, I don't know how many times Division wants to have a thank you rally. I don't know how many times they want to have a thank you rally because October 1st is the president's birthday. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the president's birthday, and they have this thing with praise and worship also.
And one of the most notable things we have done, especially taking into considerations the trend of politics at their hair, the trend of politics at their headquarters. They have a day set aside for Jumping Road Day, and I really don't understand. It's so comical to me.
No, it's not. I mean, the people have the right, once they are in their vicinity, they have the right to carry on whatever activities they want to carry on at that particular place. That is their political ground, and they can do whatever they want to do. But the issue with citizens looking for an excuse just to have something because another political party is having a campaign is totally wrong. The president's birthday is October 1st, and we are saying here on behalf of Focal Online TV, happy pre-birthday to you. Our beloved President, President George Manning Weah, it's another year for you to gear up in whatever commitment you're gonna be involving in. It's another year of you to push harder. It's another year of you to listen to the crowd of the Liberian people and of course the militants and the masses. Because the militants are pouring out their petition as well, and the masses are crying as well that we don't want push. And yeah, so you have to balance the equation and you have to do something.
Oh, definitely.
So our news reading here today are quite interesting. Chief Justice Yanin Yo have given a warning to judges, and this is prudent enough from a females which I support. You cannot be a judge that stand to judge the wrong from a right and being involved within politics. You have to be this thing. The same thing we say to journalists. You can't be a journalist and be one-sided. You have to weigh the situation both ways and be able to give your honest opinion. So you should know your opinion from your facts as a journalist.
Definitely.
So therefore, she's warning all of the judges to not be mixed in politics.
Yeah,
It's against
not to be melted
Yes.
in politics. Yeah,
It's against
that is a very brilliant caution to all of the judges seated on the benches of the Supreme Court. So they should not get into politics, even though they have been appointed by the president. Such appointment comes with a huge form of responsibility because when we shall have a dispute, emanating from the election certificate, we will run to the Supreme Court and we will look up to the Supreme Court, those judges at the Supreme Court, to dispense a justice that is in favor of the country. So if a judge is involved into politics, there's a high possibility that her decisions can be influenced by a political alignment.
Yes, let's wrap it up here, Killing. So she's kindly giving a warning, and this is in line with our constitutional command. It's in line with our constitutional command, and she have been sending this alert about the judicial canon 37. It says that while a judge is entitled to entertain his personal view of political question, and while not required to surrender his right or opinion as a citizen. So she's not just stating because she wants to say something, but she's stating it in line with the code of conduct from the constitution. So you see, we have another headline under the New Dawn newspaper that have drawn my attention. The Vice President Howard Taylor on drugs influence in Liberia. Her statement is that drugs been happening before.
Yeah.
So as you see, just like we had in the country before, yes, she said it been during our youthful days. That was the word she used during our youthful days before entering politics. The influence of drugs was going on prior to say what she knows. That was what she said in the news here.
But one of the things I do admire that has been done by a couple of other media institutions in Nigeria who are working tirelessly to promote our democracy. They have a fast checker. So sometimes you allow the politicians to speak, then the fast checker do the verification for certain informations.
Yeah. So you see, if you are saying this as a vice president, where do you stand in terms of drugs influx in Liberia? Because if it's been happening before, yes, we do agree drugs are into our country, but is it rampant like the way it is right now? No. It's not.
That's it.
It's not. So before, sometimes that's what I tell people. Before you tend to solve your situation, or before you speak about a situation, you should be able to look both ways. You are a president, vice president of a country, and you cannot be making these statements. Where do you stand in terms of the drug issue in our country? Like, are you saying because it was like that before, so now there will be no changes, or are you saying we should blame it because that was her any statement that we should blame the past government? And which of us is wrong? We all put you here because we knew you are capable of stopping some of these things, and you assure us that you'll stop some of these things. But let's wrap it up, Killing. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we can just wrap it up because we have Tim Andy and Focal Online TV. That is the IBJ Foundation, not Tim Andy. We have a very big program for Schedule for Tomorrow. It is important that we comment on it. Perhaps because of voter strategic position. And
don't bring me to the public, please. Don't bring me to the public.
No, you hold up very strategic positions. The kind of activities we set into motions will lead to the kind of success we We will definitely obtain on tomorrow.
Killing, don't know why I'm going to speak about this.
Okay.
So, yeah, tomorrow is September 29th, and the ABJ Foundation, that is Andy Bobler Jara Foundation, in partnership with Focal Online TV, will be hosting the District 13 Excellence Award. All of the valedictorians within District number 13 will be awarded, and we're going to be giving a high prize to the top 3 students who perform well through our evaluation process because they were evaluated from their various schools. We ran a test here too as well. We had a series of program, an interview for them on such topics and everything. So tomorrow we're gonna be awarding them, and it's gonna be a unique program. We'll have a spoken word by one of our renowned poets in Liberia. His name is Dixon Nobel Yatam. We will have a song being sung here tomorrow in line with our theme for this year, and it's gonna be done by Louis. His familiar name is Grateful Park. We have dance administration that will be done here tomorrow. We have other political gurus that will be on the ground tomorrow.
Yeah, all of the 17 candidates are expected to be here tomorrow.
Yes, they are expected to be here tomorrow. It's now a political forum. Please get that.
Yeah, it's not a political forum.
It's not a political forum. It's about the district, so we have to respect those who are.
It's a matter of exploring academic excellence.
Yes. So we're hoping to see you folks. It's an open invitation. Come and see the progress of these children, our future leaders. Come and support them. I mean, whatever way you have to. We are not collecting funds, but if you see the need to even step it up more bigger by next year, we'll appreciate it. And thanks to our CEO, Andy Bobler Jara, for his diligent work on the line of education, on the line of humanitarian services. So we appreciate you. Call this a day today, folks. As we'll be leaving you right now, my name is Greg Finan Courage Park, and I am your presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. I'm here along with my co-presenter.
My name is Caleb Linden Toba.
Saying have yourself a nice day. We love you, and we will be back on Friday.
Hello dear, my name is Kay Linden Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world life.